Relationship goes through challenges that are not always very easy to solve. Almost all couples have issues. Perhaps one differs from the other. What makes it more challenging is looking at other couples living all happy, duvet, and loving, and when you are feeling otherwise in your own marriage or relationship. This is so consuming that it causes breakdown in some relationship and marriages. What's up, friends? Welcome back to another relationship talks with Esther Omotola Olowokere. I'll be sharing 5 common struggles or issues that couples encounter day in and out. 1. Communication. We always wonder why communication is always the #1 talks on any issues or relationship talks or marriage talks, and we still find this wanting in our relationship. Most couples will say, we do communicate. Yes, communication is not just talking. When you talk with your partner, that doesn't mean you are really communicating. When you say you are actually communicating, communication deals with right timing, right tone, right environment, and communicating the right impression or emotions. All this might not come together as one when you are communicating to your partner. Also, sometimes one party is ready to talk while the other is not ready to listen or work on the issues. So communication is very, very vital and important in every relationship. You really need to understand the impact of communication in your relationship or marriage. So, how to work on your communication? I'll be sharing solutions of these 5 points I'll be mentioning just after this video. So, watch to the end. 2. Sexual intimacy. Sexual intimacy might be something couples don't really want to talk about because we are being taught from while we are growing up that it's a taboo. You can't actually discuss between anybody or discuss with anybody, even not with your parent, not even with your spouse. It has been made to look like a forbidden talks that is really affecting the home. You know, while growing up, your parent begins to impute in you as a lady or as a guy that don't have sex. Sex is very dangerous. Sex can kill. And they forgot to actually remind you when it is you are grown, for example, age 20, 21, 22, to start reminding you that sex is good when it is in only matrimonial. Sex is healthier when you have sex with the right person in a relationship. That is your husband or your wife. Sex does this, sex does that. But sex has been seen as a taboo that is not being discussed. So sex is one of sex issues is one of the major issues couples face in marriages, especially in Christendom, because they sense it and see it as something not spiritual and is a taboo. One might be having sexual fantasy while the other sees sex as just for reproduction and not really fantasize what sex is. 3. Financial struggles. A lot of persons begin to deal with finances. Maybe one party begins to spend, not knowing how to spend. It's actually a weakness. Not like the person likes to spend anyhow. It's a weakness. Why the other person knows how to save. This topic is needed to be discussed before marriage, especially when you are in courtship. You need to ask yourself, what will be our financial strength and weakness? How do we plan to save and all? I'll be sharing the solution just after this video. 4. High expectation from your partner. In fact, this has ruined a lot of relationship and marriages. High expectation is not the main cause of ruining those relationships, but you not being able to communicate your expectation to your partner, thinking they should be a mind reader to read your mind and know what you want in particular. That is absolutely wrong. High expectation is an issue, especially when both of you didn't come from the same background, and this makes you have another kind of look of life, of marriage, of relationship, of love making, or of love sharing. And five, you're not making your relationship a priority, like not taking your relationship to be the first thing in your life. A lot of relationship and marriages has been destroyed just because you don't take your partner and that's your relationship as the first priority in your life. A lot of persons have placed job ahead of their spouses, some persons their siblings, some persons their parents, mom and friend. Some persons will say my bestie knows me more than you, my bestie is this, before your spouse or your partner could get to hear something from you, your bestie had it first. So you tend to divert that attention to that first priority in your life. Now we're moving to solutions to all these problems. Number one, communication is very important. Healthy communication is very vital in a relationship, not just talking. We can get to talk but not understand each other. So solution to this, most times a lot of persons says they knows what communication is. Is it not for me to talk, for the party to understand and for the feedback and this? You really need to go for counseling to understand the basis of communication, understanding your partner, understanding when you need to speak to them most. In fact, communication is very broad and you really need to understand the basis of communication. Two, I talked about sexual intimacy issues. The second point is you really need to understand, even going to a counselor. Yes, you need a counselor to help you understand, reframe your mind, because the brain is the first organ of sex. You might argue it, yes, but because your conception, your perception about something really affects that thing in itself. If you begin to think sex is for reproduction only, or sex is only for because is a service, like what you just do to please your spouse, then you will be missing a lot out of sex in itself. Sexual pleasure or sex in itself has a lot of advantages, both spiritual, physical, emotional, psychological. I will not be sharing too much, so this video will not be too lengthy. If you really need a more comprehensive talk or you want us to discuss about this, you can send a message to me directly. I'll be opening your eyes to importance of sex, both physically, spiritually, emotionally, and psychologically. Third point, your financial struggle can be handled even before you enter into marriage. You need to discuss your budget for the month, your expenses. If you really want to have a joint account, yes, let me quickly explain that. A lot of persons miss out difference of joint account. There are different types of joint accounts. One, you can decide to both put in all your incomes into one account. It's a joint account. Another form of joint accounts, which I think I prefer and like most, is both of you coming together and deciding an amount you both would drop into that account every month. What do I mean by this? Maybe the husband has 3 sources of income and the wife has 5, 10, or even one source of income. And one person tends to earn more than the other, and they might feel like you are cheating when one salary is more huge than the other. So this is where the balance comes in. You begin to think, okay, at least I'm earning this social amount. We can afford to drop 10,000 naira each into our joint account. And this joint account must be stated with rules. That is, 2 signatories must be attached to the account. And you also attach things these things will be used for. For example, our house projects, to buy the family car, to pay expenses, for school fees, for bills, and it must be stated out. We all know this adage that says that where there is no law, there is no offense. You might think because love is overshadowing you currently, you will not have issues in your marriage or relationship with money. Another thing about financial issues is that just know it. I've heard it numerous times that women says my women says that your money, talking to the guy or to the man, your money is our money. My money as a lady is my money, not our money. And you need to understand this aspect that what God has joined together, let no man put out, not even money. So let there be us in your finances. High expectation of your partner, expecting your partner to do some things you fantasize in your head or something you've been thinking of, is very wrong for you to fantasize what you are not communicating to your partner and expecting them to be a mind reader to fulfill those purposes or those dreams or those high expectations. This will always cause more fight and more error in your relationship. You really need to explain those expectations to your partner, and you need to sit down on how to meet those expectations. You don't expect your partner to be a mind reader or to begin to act like a spirit to know what is in your mind, or to know what you expect of her or of him. And all this based on communication. Then the last point which I mentioned is placing your partner as the first priority. The solution in this is not far-fetched. You need to place your partner above anything. Don't make the mistake of placing your children above your wife or your husband. Before you see anything, you are mentioning your children. Don't make the mistake of placing your family above your relationship, your marriage. Don't make the mistake of placing your career, your work, your job above your partner. It's very wrong, and this, your partner might feel jealous that you are giving too much attention to something outside him or her. I believe this would have helped you in one way or the other. If you'd like me to drop more points on this, you can contact me one-on-one. Send me a direct message through my Facebook account. I have a YouTube channel. If you're here to check it out, check it out. It is Motherhood Journey with Empress. I also try to drop this video once in a while on the channel. Also, you can chat me on WhatsApp. It's been linked to my Facebook account. Follow for more tips. I'm Esther Omotola Olowokere. Thank you for watching.